She stared at me for another infinite moment. Finally, the tension in her eyes broke. "Well then, you'll just have to go to your room and don't come out." So I did. I trotted back to my room. It was only a few steps away from her office, but tears had already begun to well in my eyes because I knew where my brother was. He did go into the woods, and I knew the exact path that he told me he was going to take. Like my brother, I wanted to leave. Unlike my brother, I was too afraid at that time to face the unknown. After all, I had never been in those woods, nor had I ever seen what sort of a world existed beyond them, if any, for all I knew. I, along with all of my brothers, were made to stay in our rooms until the next day, when again at exactly 6:30 we would hear the banging on doors telling us to come to class. I remember that morning. I remember my mother looked hollow, perhaps what a grieving mother looking for her missing son would look like. We said our daily prayer to our Father and were immediately greeted in the classroom by a lecture on what happens if we run away. She wasted no time telling us the story of a boy that ran from home decades ago. That boy, just a teenager at the time, was called upon by Satan to run away and was found mutilated across the forest just a few days later. That is the prophecy, my mother stated. You have the choice to leave, but do you choose morality, comfort, and our goodwill, or do you choose immorality and a diseased, evil livelihood? She walked toward the door, careful not to let her black skirt drag the floor, and opened it. If you choose to leave, she continued, I will not stop you. It would be an interference with God's will. A cool breeze flowed into the room. I sat in silence for a moment, contemplating, twiddling a button on my shirt. She always told us we should try to enjoy the rituals with the men in the animal masks, even if it hurts.